Podcast. We are going live today. Woo! I was trying to celebrate Easter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was good. That choir, though, was fire. Man, we had nothing but cakes, papachurro. We had it all. We had crumble cookies. Man, we had record attendance. People were loving Jesus. Thought for a second Kanye had showed up with his choir. The choir was so good. It was amazing. We had some nasty protesters. Did you guys see that yesterday? They mocked Jesus, had a nun out there. Some dude barely dressed. Dallas, we saw you. How could we miss you? We have that guy who we don't know who he is, but he dresses up like G.I. Joe, but sounds like the donkey from Shrek. If anybody ever gets close enough to talk to him, I thought that was pretty good. But all in all, they couldn't steal the joy. They couldn't steal what God was doing. But then we woke up today, Monday. My phone is blowing up. Jake over here blowing up my phone. I'm trying to get my workout in, and I see the headlines. Tower Theater is up for a vote with the city. So what did I do? I immediately get on the phone. I'm starting to blow everybody up. I blow up you guys. Anybody got an initial reaction to that first headline? But keep it clean, though. You know what I mean? You got to keep it clean because, we live today. So the Not Offended podcast, keep it clean. Go ahead. First thoughts, anybody?
For me, this is what has been behind the scenes.
What
they've been trying to do. And so they finally come out and say, yes, we've been trying to purchase the Tower Theater for a long time.
Oh, so this was confirmation.
This is confirmation. We've talked about it before. They've kind of denied it, that they've sat on the sidelines. But now it's out. The City of Fresno has been wanting to buy the Tower Theater up under Adventure Church for a long time. So that was my initial reaction.
Hold on, I hear some. It's all about the money? When they say it's not about the money, what is it, ladies and gentlemen?
It's all about the money.
Because at the end of the day, we all know this. Cash rules everything around me. What? Okay. But we're going to get into this because you ran into the mayor at the gym today, Bill Richardson. Hold up, though. No comment yet. Mike and Deshaun, let's get you on the record. Everybody want to know now. Everybody want to know. Bill ran into the mayor, and they had a conversation. Y'all ain't ready for this? But before we do, because I've got the little teaser out there, Deshaun, Mike, which one of you, how did you feel when you found out this news? Talk to me, like what were you thinking? Give me that raw emotions, no cursing, no come on.
Well, Deshaun's the one we got to worry about cussing.
He's been known for it, boy.
Everybody knows I would never do that.
Yeah.
No, just for everybody who attends Adventure, who has family at Adventure, who has connections with Adventure, it's important that you know that like the city hates us.
Yeah, it's true.
So I'm reading that and I'm thinking all the different families that come here, all the different, all the people who've been impacted, all the kids who come every week, over 1,600 people who come for Easter.
Right.
Like you should know that the people that you elected into office hate you.
Right.
Like they sign off every week on some half nude man across the street. They sign off on a pedophile who videotapes kids coming into service every week. They sign off on that. They hate you.
Right.
So the next time that you go to vote, remember that.
Right.
And so I'm reading that and you're talking about raw emotion. Like I'm hot.
Right.
I'm like, for politicians, like this is just a game for them.
Right.
We're just a stepping stone. But like for us, this is our lives.
Right.
People who we love, who attend church every week,
Yeah.
who give of themselves.
Right.
This is their church. And this is how they get treated by a mayor who's a false Christian.
Right.
Okay. By all these politicians who have direct ties to our church.
Right.
When it's politics over family all day, every day.
Right.
It's just like, man, this is messed up.
Right. All right. D, how
Sorry,
you feel?
I didn't cuss.
Yeah, he didn't cuss though, Deshaun. He didn't. He was good about it.
I mean, I didn't look at it right away. I was at the gym.
He was calm about it.
Yeah. I saw Corin Harker wrote about it, so I figured it was a lie in the first place. So I'm like, why even look at it? This dude's been lying since the pandemic. So you're an idiot anyways.
Right.
Obviously, some of the stuff is true because we know the information that he got.
Right.
But it's already hot from yesterday. Yesterday was a great day, but kept thinking about the stuff that we were seeing that, families had to see as they're walking in.
Right.
And just thinking of like the mayor or Grundy, like these godly men, they didn't have to face that on Easter.
That's right.
Yeah.
And yet, I looked back in April and they had a press conference talking about they wanted to be a safe environment. Oh, for the other side, but not for us.
True.
Like you'll fight for everything else. You'll fight for the flag being raised. You'll fight for them being safe. But for us, in your be a Christian man, you're not fighting for us on Easter. Man, screw you. And so I didn't want to look at it because I need to calm down and go pray. Because I was already upset. Like, because you guys just talk. Yeah. How are you out of all these Christian events talk about you a godly man, you're a mighty man, but you ain't doing crap?
Oh, this is the mighty men movement.
Yeah,
we all get together.
No, you're the dude in Revelation. You're a coward. because you won't stand up for your faith.
Yeah,
Right.
You're singing it. You're willing to stand up for have press conferences of everything else, but you won't have a press conference for us and the stuff that our kids are exposed to. That's just what I see. Like Mike said a long time ago, where's the lemons on the lemon tree?
No, I think if you know, I could tell. Thank you for being honest and being real. I think that people are going to appreciate that when they look back and they watch this. It's just unfortunate to me because I don't think people think about the kids that we have there, you know, and they don't think about families. I watched a single mom walk across the street yesterday, and she was trying to keep her daughter real close because of what was across the street. Laura Splotch and her husband, or whatever he is, I don't know, Jaguar Bennett and his wife, and I think they've been employed at Fresno State or whatever. And they're holding up salacious things. They're holding up nasty things, and they're dressed inappropriately. And they do this just to antagonize. All their signs are just about antagonizing us and trying to get a rise. But it's like, yeah, people got to go to church peacefully yesterday. You know, people got to go to church. I'm assuming the mayor went. And I just want to clarify something about the council. The only one who stood up for us is Gary Bredefield. So shout out to Gary, who continues to stick up for us and do what he can. But the rest of them, I thought, man, the mayor must be nice. You got to go to church. I'm sure you got to go with your grandkids. You didn't have to tolerate this. Didn't have to put up with it. Didn't have to worry about somebody videotaping your kids as they walked in. And I think that must be nice. Matthew Grundy and all these guys. Yeah, sure. Why not? You know, but I just think it's interesting that all this is going on. And, you know, we're over here staying the course. And I think what gets lost in all this, because I know there's a lot of raw emotions, but let's keep it to the facts, right? Let's talk about the facts. And the facts is, and most people don't seem to understand yet, is we the only ones who've been telling the truth from the beginning.
Yep.
We have not misaligned anything, misappropriated anything. We have not misconstrued anything for our favor. We have stated the facts. Bill's got a letter right here. Let me see that letter, Bill. This is the first time going on. We got a letter right here because we knew something. We knew this day would come. January 27th, 2021. This is from Lawrence himself. Notes from the meeting with the city council members. At that meeting was Esmeralda Soria, which, by the way, no stranger to public scrutiny and a little bit of stuff going on. As we know, everything going on with Terrence Frazier and Granite Park. Hello. Fiance, we thought there was a wedding, but there wasn't a wedding, so he's still a fiance. We know everybody. I just think this is interesting. Here we are again with the same name. Hold on, not to be outdone, but the partner here, the one and only Miguel Arias, is at this meeting. Esmeralda, Miguel, and Terry Cox. This is from Lawrence. I'm reading. I have the paperwork just so y'all can see it. I have the letter. They said they came to a meeting on January 11, 2021. We were still in escrow, about ready to close. And the topic of the discussion was the sale of Tower Theater to Adventure Church. The city inquired about the terms of the purchase to Adventure Church, which was private. The city mentioned that they may be interested in purchasing the property, which was private. The city mentioned that they would explore eminent domain in January of 2021. We have stated from the beginning that the city and the mayor have been hot to trot to get us out of the Tower Theater. The city asked, wouldn't I rather sell it to someone else? That's what they asked Lawrence. Wouldn't you rather sell it to somebody else? The city also mentioned, and here it is, drum roll, zoning violations for the church. The city stated that the city could not stop the sale, but they did mention to me the church and the above matter. So in other words, they said they were going to let the church know what's going on as far as zoning. I find that interesting because Jerry Dyer reached out to me and first told me that he would offer me the memorial building. And if that didn't work, then he had a connection to the Warnes Theater. And I'm sitting here thinking, wow, it's anywhere but the Tower District. That sounds a lot like redlining to me. We're going to allow you to buy anywhere else but this specific place. I just find that interesting. Here is the facts. Yeah. I can't wait till these people have to testify to the facts. I can't wait to see how they turn on each other. What's really going to happen when they're deposed or when they have to get in front of a jury? Because we're not stopping. We're not stopping. But these are the facts as we know it, right, Bill Richardson? This is what happened, Bill Richardson.
Yep. So let me fast forward to where we are now. So that was the beginning of it all. It was the beginning of,
just where are we? Go ahead and just, how did this actually come to fruition?
Yeah. So the city found out that we were purchasing the Tower Theater. Okay. And then from day one, I know for a fact, I was told that they approached Terrence. Yeah. And asked him, how do we stop the church from buying this theater? and they give them a game plan. They said file less pendants and make them rezone. Okay.
Interesting.
And so
he gives the city the game plan.
He
The
gave
game
them a
plan.
Oh, but there's no connection.
No connection.
Gotcha.
Gave
All
them the
right.
game plan.
Dirty.
That's what they're executing all the way through. Now they've tried to stay behind the scenes.
They did.
By hiding behind the protesters that are there.
And Tyler Mackey.
And Tyler Mackey.
And Annalisa Perea.
Annalisa
She wasn't behind the scenes, though. I mean, she's front and center.
And so they have some of these people that are out front, protesters, and they're using them, against that. They've used Sequoia. Sequoia took money for their attorney fees, and Sequoia is the one who filed the less pendants. And so the city's been behind this the whole time, and finally came out this morning that they're putting an offer at $6.5 million to buy the Tower Theater. They're going to indemnify Lawrence.
Tell everybody listening what indemnify means real quick.
That means they're going to cover all his past and future attorney fees. Okay. Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Do you hear that, taxpayer person?
So it did state that what we were purchasing the building at, correct?
Correct.
It did.
So we were purchasing at what?
4.8.
Okay. I mean, I knew that, but you know.
Oh, okay. I thought you forgot.
Yeah, no, I know. So we were purchasing at 4.8. The city's going to purchase at what?
$6.5 million, but this gets even better.
This gets better.
It appraised at actually $4 million. So the city is willing to pay $2.5 million over the appraised value.
Okay, sorry. Pause. So everybody who attends Adventure Church, who has family who goes to Adventure Church, that's connected to Adventure Church, your tax money is screwing us over.
Absolutely. So the city's going to take
that was an interesting way to put it, though, Mike.
Yeah.
So do we not pay tax? I mean, you made it sound like we had a choice here. Because I mean, I'm out.
I know we giving Caesar's what Caesar's, all right, but,
okay.
but Caesar acting like Caesar right now.
You just making it sound like we had an option not to pay taxes. I got excited.
Let me tell you exactly how they're going to pay for this is through Measure P money.
I was told that, though. I was told directly from the mayor. He said we could use Measure P money.
Oh, he told us a year ago, or
yes,
2021.
He told
me. P is parks, correct?
P is for parks. That was a parks initiative, but there was a little asterisk, I guess, for the arts. They're considering that arts. But where have you seen the newest park? Didn't we get hold on. Isn't there a park scheduled in the tower? If I'm not mistaken, right off Elizabeth, isn't there supposed to be a park? All I see is dirt still. But hold on. We got the money, y'all. We gonna get us a theater. We got the money. I just want to say, your park ain't built yet.
If you're a kid in Tower,
there ain't no
you
place
have
to go.
John Muir, whose gates are locked.
They are locked.
So there are no parks.
Nope.
But we'll take your park money and throw it at a building.
There you go.
And so, hold on, it gets better, guys.
Sorry,
I'll sit
here.
The city's willing to pay for it.
Oh, yeah, we're still on a indemnifier. My bad.
Not
That's a hard word, though, Bill.
It's not their money. It's your taxpayer money they're going to use to buy the theater. Okay. And so they're going to identify not only Lawrence, they're going to identify Sequoia Brewery. So all their attorney fees. And that's a large bill. We know it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. So
it's a big one, boy. It's a big one.
Okay. They're also going to give Sequoia their building. They're
going.
Hold on.
No. They're going to finance. I've been asking y'all right here. Get this right here, Jake. I've been asking from day one, when this all started popping off. You know what I've been saying since day one? Can anybody help me out with this? Does Sequoia got the money to buy the building? We have offered it to him on numerous occasions. Hey, yo, we'll sell it to you. Yo, I think his name's Jeremy. Jeremy, we got you, dude. We'll sell it to you. We're not even tripping. But show me the money. Show me the quan. Anybody remember that? Show me the quan. I want to see the money. And what happens? I told you from day one, he didn't have the money. He didn't have the money. Now the city is going to loan him the money. According to what I read, it says the city is going to loan. How convenient. Have you been looking for a loan? I'm talking to you, minority business owner. Have you been looking for a loan? I know I've been looking for a loan. I can't get no loan. Once again, it must be nice. Must be nice to be a white middle-class man in America and in Tower District, because I'm getting kicked out and dude's getting a sweetheart deal of a loan. Your taxpayer dollars. That's what I'm talking about. I just want to throw it out there. I don't usually talk about race, but he is white and he is middle class and he is getting the loan. So I just thought I'd throw it out there. I'm just stating some facts. But
there's more. It gets better. Okay.
There's more?
More. So
this is better than a ShamWow. Come on.
Give Sequoia their building. Okay. And they're going to cover any future losses that Lawrence loses in court. As we know, we have a lawsuit against Lawrence. I think a pretty good one for specific performance, because he's tried to get out of this deal. has gone into courts. The courts actually said that him and his attorney acted in bad faith.
You can read it for yourself.
Exaggerating the price and all that. And so there's certainly a case. Our attorney said we have a pretty strong case against the Tower Theater folks. And that could be something that's millions of dollars. And so the city came out and said, we'll cover that also. So all in all, per our attorney, with all this could be anywhere between 12 to 15 million bucks that it could cost the city of Fresno.
Hold on, but wait, there's more. That's on top of, though, Bill, the already lawsuit that they're in with Granite Park.
Oh, yeah.
Why does this feel like a land grab? I don't know, maybe you listening, can you help me out? Is the city going after anybody else's property, specifically not a person of color? I just was curious of that. So the city got all this money from the parks, from your taxpayer dollars, but also from COVID relief money. All this money, we're flush with cash. And instead of putting it away for a rainy day, because we're in a rainy day, I don't know if anybody understands the inflation that's going on and all this other stuff that's going on. Instead of helping the real problems of Fresno, like the homeless community, like the drug epidemic that is known as fentanyl, instead of helping with after-school programs, we're going to get ourselves wrapped up into 2 lawsuits that's going to be combined probably somewhere $20-25 million. This is how we really want to spend the money.
Yes. So I say 12 to 15 million dollars that does not need to be spent. Okay?
Doesn't need to be spent.
Can be spent somewhere else for real for parks, right?
Parks, homelessness, everything.
And the solution is let our venture buy it. We're putting up our own money. We'll preserve.
It's not taxpayers,
right? And we'll still do shows like we talked about. Zero tax dollars for that.
And for the record, we are collaborating with the shows. We allow Lawrence to rent our lights, our LED wall, our sound, and heck, even on Sundays after Saturday night shows, we're still cleaning up the mess. So I don't know how any of this gets misconstrued. We are doing everything we said from the beginning. I just want to point out one thing. I just think this is interesting. Is we stated from the beginning the city would stop at nothing. Yeah, nothing to get this building. And I'm gonna throw you out there. I've only thrown this out on one other podcast, but I'm gonna throw you. I'm gonna let y'all in on what it's really about. Jake, you ain't ready for this, all right? I'm gonna tell you what this is really about. It's about the parking. It's about the parking. The city knows there's no parking in Tower except that parking lot. It's a land grab. Don't let nobody tell you different. It's about the parking. People saying it's about the church. No, they're using that. They're using it. Well, I love the press release today, and all religious organizations can use it. So why can't I use it now?
Wait, but I thought that you couldn't because of the
zoning.
Zoning. Oh wait, hold up. We switched up on zoning.
Okay, so the city's gone through the 5 different reasons why we shouldn't be there. They're on their 6 right now.
Oh, we're on number 6.
Number 6.
So everybody who's on Sunday protesting us with the zoning signs, can go back to different signs.
Yeah, they've updated.
Oh, they'll just go with the FU signs instead. They can go back to those ones.
So
that's where we're on different signs now.
Yeah, they'll go back to like their abort Jesus signs.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So today we wake up to this headline. We see this, and we're wondering what's really going on here. What is taking place, what is transpiring. So let's start with let's do a little backstory here. Here's the story that most people don't seem to know. That's very important. We were scheduled to rent the Tower Theater in 2020, in March of 2020. Y'all remember that? It was literally the weekend before COVID. I'm going to give you all an abbreviated version of this. And we had met with Lawrence. We had worked it out. Our children's ministry was going to be on Palm. We were going to have the adults over at the Tower. There was no problems. There was nothing going on. And then this little thing called COVID hit. I say little because that's tongue in cheek for everybody knows what COVID is. And all of a sudden, we get the news. We can't meet in there. Everything's shut down. Now, by the way, that's when your boy Corn Hoggard wrote that piece that we were breaking.
We're having service.
That we were having service. You remember that?
Yeah, Jake went after him. And then he got all butthurt. Corn Hoggard got all hurt. Yeah.
Jake, you went after him? Jake? Oh, Twitter, huh? You had your little Twitter spat.
Yeah. Saying he been lying since the beginning. Before he knew who we were.
But because of Corn Hoggard, we made national news on Fox News. They had a picture of our building up there that we were having service.
That we were having service
when we weren't having service.
We were at home.
So Corin never retracted that or redacted that, but we expected that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I do make the decision that we need to have church. We're going to give people a multiplicity of options. Lawrence finds out that we're going to do that. And he says, hey, come meet in here. I've got no money. That's what he told me. Here we go about the money again. I ain't got no money. I said, okay, we'll give it to you. We'll give you $3,000 basically every day we use it. And so at that time, it was just Sunday. So he's going to get 12 to 15 grand a month. And then when we started adding first Wednesdays, it was additional 3. So he was getting upwards to $18,000 a month. He said we were keeping him afloat. We were helping us out or he was going to go bankrupt.
Yep.
Then we started improving the building. We literally updated the sound, the lights, the wall, everything. 400 grand worth of equipment in there. Like, we're not talking small change. We're talking a lot of money. And yet people look at us like, well, what are we doing? Well, we're investing in the community. And this is all what was going on. So then fast forward, he meets us. He calls us in a meeting out of nowhere. And he goes, hey, I think you guys should buy it. I think you guys will be the perfect people. I'm like, man, I ain't got no money to buy it. But okay, let's talk about it. He came up with an idea of an owner carry. He says, well, I'll carry it and you guys can buy it. We're like, hey, if you carry it, we can do this. And we were working out a game plan. Then he came back and he said, no, I'm going to need all the money. And here's where the miracle story comes into place. The miracle story in the midst of COVID, we're still meeting. The miracle story is this. All of a sudden, I took a step of faith and I said, you know what? If God wants us to have this, then he's going to provide the money. And I take a step of faith and I go, let's agree upon a price. And that's where the price 4.8 came out, right? And when he was talking, we're like, okay, I brought Bill in. I was like, hey, I don't know nothing about this. What do we got to do? And he goes, well, before we do any of that, we got to, do due diligence. We got to do all this stuff. Can you even get the money? Let's focus on this part. I'm like, man, I don't know how much we got to come up with the down. So we had to come up with all this money for a down. And I literally did not have the money to do this. Mm-hmm. And it was the folks of Adventure Church who I talked to in one-on-one meetings, phone call after phone call, said, here's what it's going to take. We had an angel investor at the time who said, listen, whatever you come up short, I will invest in you because I believe in you. So we come up with the money. We find the bank that is willing to do this. We go back and we say, hey, we think we can get the money for this. And that's when this whole thing starts. And we are moving through this process and we're having these conversations. We're meeting there at church and there's no problems. There's no problems until December when this is what you need to understand. In December, we needed to get a letter from the city that we could use the building. That's per our banks. We got that letter. But the moment we got that letter, someone in the city started talking and then they started leaking information. This I think is funny. Didn't the FBI just get mad at the city of Fresno for leaking information? And all of a sudden that bust that was supposed to happen never happened. That Ponzi scheme.
Yeah. Wait, didn't the information that dropped today wasn't that supposed to not come out?
That's what my lawyer said.
There's an NDA, non-disclosure.
We had to sign that NDA.
The city wasn't supposed to speak out.
So. Boy, somebody be talking down there. You know what I mean? Someone got loose lips, sink ships. That's what I was told. Someone's talking. But fast forward, we get to this. It's leaked somewhere. And then we must hammer home on this. This is very, very important. And all you Adventure fam, right? Y'all need to feel me on this. This right here was the turning point. The narrative took a switch. The narrative took a switch when the painted table, Jerome Hansen, got that fake email. What'd you call it again? What kind of email was it?
Silly after he found out it was a gay man that sent it to him.
It was a silly threat.
He said it was a legit threat.
No, he was scared. He said he was scared at first.
For his life.
Yeah, when it was us, when it was the big Mexican dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you add that in that part? Did you add in the big Mexican?
That's my assumption. That's my assumption.
Okay, because I was like, I don't remember reading that. But,
oh, yeah.
Okay, but the big Mexican dude. Okay. Never been called that before. Okay. So the narrative takes a plot twist when this person sends an email. Candy Lane, never forget that name. Sends the email. Jerome Hansen gets on and he gives that to all of the news outlets. And then he gets on that Facebook post, and this is what he says: the church threat is real.
Yeah.
We have all that documented. And immediately the church is labeled homophobic. But fam, look at me, fam. You know darn well we got gay people who attend our church. You got relatives, you got friends. You know we do. But we immediately get labeled a homophobic church. We get labeled all this stuff. And then Soria and Arias decide to do these press conferences and these little meetings and all these things. And nobody comes to our defense.
And they're mad about the Proud Boys. When the Proud Boys showed up, we were having church here.
Say that again, please.
Well, when the Proud Boys showed up against their protests, we are at a Palm location having church. And they say it's our fault.
Yeah, we weren't even meeting at Tower.
All we do on Sundays is have church. Hey, how about everyone go to church? That'd be great.
So, Deshaun, on the record, we're live. Deshaun, this is live. You mean to tell me you're not a member of the Proud Boys?
I am not a member of the Proud Boys.
And out of all of us, the person who almost got in a fight with somebody from the Proud Boys was the white one, me.
Okay, so Mike, you're not a Proud Boy?
No, I'm a proud white man, but I'm not a proud. I'm not a proud boy.
You're not allowed to be a proud white man if you didn't know.
So I guess if the opposite of pride is humility, you're a humble white man.
Yeah.
So Bill, I know you're half white, bro, but I'm sorry, and I know the other half is Japanese. But
he's half white?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Richardson, bro. Richardson.
Oh,
Not quite Japanese. That's my mom's side.
Guess it makes sense.
Okay, so Bill, you're going on the record. You're not a Proud Boy.
On record, I'm not a proud boy.
I guess the only one left is me. Okay, so I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. Are y'all ready? I'm not a Proud Boy. I know that disappoints a whole bunch of people, but I'm just going on the record. That's not. But you're right. So check this out. It gets leaked, and then all of a sudden we're labeled this church, that church, whatever, which is totally not true. And the rest is what we call history. Here we are today. And yes, I like how Corin Hogger throws that in his article today. You know, the church that had the Proud Boys. It's like, bro, you're the only white dude we know. Okay, I don't get that. Hello. It's like, I mean, how do you not know? You know, and then actually we sent you to go talk to Corin. Remember, Deshaun? And he didn't run with the article. Corin, we want to know why you didn't run with Deshaun's article. We're just asking.
No one ever wants to talk to me. People see me, talk to me, they're like, okay, let me look at Mike. Or let me look at someone else. Everyone's afraid of the black dude.
You are 6'4", and now you're going for weightlifting records. Well, this is not good for you.
It's not because I'm big. They're just afraid. You know, I might say Black Lives Matter or something. COVID and all that. So they got people shook. They shook. They don't say nothing to me.
So we get to this, and we get to the lawsuits, and we get to all this, and we thought that everything was going well. Lawrence was on board. We still wanted to buy. He still wanted to sell. Matter of fact, he's done numerous articles and news reports and all this that we were all in this and we were still going. And that's where we are today. Where we're at today is we still want to buy it. But here's what I feel the plot twist is going to be. This is what I think is going to happen. What's going to happen is they're going to vote on Thursday. And we all know with the council the way it is, the liberal council, who, in my opinion, are anti-God, anti-church, anti-believers. They don't want to see a church in the tower. Got everything else in the tower, just don't want a church in the tower. Right?
They don't want our church.
No, pardon me. Thank you, Mike. You're right.
100%.
Yeah.
Because I've been told they'd be okay with another church there, just not.
Oh, they cool with Midtown Vineyard or whatever that is, 2 blocks away from us. You should have seen their beautiful little Easter that they were having yesterday, not getting protested.
Are they in violation of zoning?
Oh, they got the same zoning violations that we would.
6. There are 6 churches meeting in the zoning there that they have not approached.
Yeah, so they're fine with other churches. They just don't want our church.
So what I'm hearing you guys say is the hit has been out for us from the beginning.
From jump. They don't like us. Dyer likes to be able to punk people. He likes to tell you where to go and how to get there. And if you push back, all of a sudden the big bully gets mad.
Oh, that's wow. That was a choice of words right there. That was
I got other ones. I just didn't choose.
Well, you didn't cuss.
I didn't. I'm doing good.
You're doing really
You're like
good.
20 minutes in. I haven't said anything.
You know what? I am proud of you. We're 20 minutes in and you have it. That's good.
No, but yesterday I had to drive by as this church is having Easter, right? And they're good people, whatever. But I'm just thinking like, man, isn't that ironic that 2 blocks away, their kids aren't getting protested. They're not looking at half-naked men yelling at them. They're not all these different things that we have to endure every single week. So, yeah, they're fine with that church. By the way, that church has said they believe all the same things that we believe in.
Oh, okay.
Right? So is it a matter of our beliefs or you just don't like us?
Well, I think it's clear, and that's where I'm going with this. I think it's clear, guys. we need to be prepared for this. Adventure fam. I mean, I hate to come to you today and really have to have this talk with you, but really the odds are stacked against us. This is an underdog story now. I know they're coming for me. I know they're going to vilify me. I know they're going to talk about me. I know they're going to blame this solely on me. And I just, my heart goes out to you. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna stay strong. They've been trying to get at me from the jump, but they're really gonna take some arrows. They're gonna take some shots at me from the mayor on down, who's been, who all of them have been working in secret. But you gotta know this. Jesus said, let's get to the gospel. Jesus said, everything done in darkness will come to the light.
Yeah.
What Lawrence did and what he's currently doing, went out there and played the victim. And then now we know the new role is Judas. So came out and played the victim. And now we know the new rule is Judas. I think he got a little bit more than 30 shekels. If I did the math correctly, it sounds like 2.5 million more. And we realize that it's about the money. And it's about taxpayer money and this indemnification and everything else. I had to learn that word, by the way. Practice it in the mirror. Indemnification. Indemnify. Just figuring out all the ways to say it. But they're going to paint us as the villain. They're going to say it's Adventure Church's fault. It's that arrogant pastor. Listen to me, fam. If you're waiting for people to come to the rescue, if you're waiting for other churches to come and support us, I don't know that that's going to happen. I don't know that it's going to happen because, like you guys said, they have the mayor speak at all these things. And he does say he does confess that he's a believer. And it's not for me to judge. I hear you guys' hearts, though. And so I know that's an uphill battle. I don't know, fam, who's going to come out and say they stand with Adventure Church. But I made you all a promise from the jump, right? I said, listen, I'm going to go until God shuts this door or until we lose. And we take that as God shutting the door, right? Or we win this thing and we own the Tower Theater. I'm going out on my shield. I'm going to keep pushing the ball down the field. Whatever lawsuits come is what comes. We're going to do what we said we're going to do from the beginning because I have nothing to hide. I know all these people are trying to find dirt on me. I've got nothing to hide. Everything has been above board. We are not the one the court said had a bad faith dealings here. We did not lie to quoia. We have not done anything that these people accuse us of. And so I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to fight for this because this is what I want to say to you believers, friends of Adventure. Maybe you don't go to Adventure, but your friends. This is a dangerous precedence. This is a precedence. If we don't like you, we don't like what you stand for, and we have personal beef with you, we will come after you, and you're not safe. You don't think just because you're trying to buy something that it's going to be all right. You are not safe, and I need everybody to take notice of that. Like this is the real deal, and you need to be aware. Dietrich Bonhoeffer said, first it was me, or first it was somebody else, and I didn't pay no mind. Then it was me. Oh, I'm the canary in the gold mine. I am telling you right now, if this happens and Adventure loses, and this really does take place, what's to stop them from the next thing? Yeah, today it's my turn. Tomorrow might be yours. So I'm telling you right now, believer, if you could pray for us, we'd appreciate it. But this Adventure story is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. What God is doing is incredible. How our church has grown in the midst of the shenanigans that happen every Sunday to us. Every Sunday we are hard pressed, but yet we are growing. We are thriving. Tune into our Adventure page. Take a look at our services. How God has sustained us is incredible. All these lawyer fees, everything we've had to do, and yet we're still here. This is turning into a David and Goliath, but I'm telling you right now, I'm going out on my shield. I'm not going to quit. There's no quit in me. And I just need you, believer, to understand that if you could spread the word to other believers, and that leads me to this. Bill, I was really concerned about your conversation with the mayor, in the gym, and how he downplays this and said the people of Fresno just don't care about us. Yeah.
So walking into the gym this morning, I saw the news article that came out.
Oh, did you?
I read it before I headed in there. And lo and behold, there's Jerry. he was on the elliptical.
Oh, that's
thing
right.
at
That's
first,
what's up.
and he
So
got
that's
on
a
the
warm-up.
machine. So I walked over, we got on the treadmill, and I was like, I'm gonna go talk to him. So I introduced myself. Said Bill Richardson with the Venture Church, and I told him, hey, I know this week it's on the immediate agenda for you guys voting in the Tower Theater. What is your thoughts? And pretty much the conversation went like this. He said he's the mayor of all Fresno, right? He gave me his one Fresno story. And he said 95% of the city of Fresno don't care enough about the Tower Theater and what's going on over there. And so it's not enough for him to step into this fight for the 5%, okay, who do care. And he told me he's a believer, but that he has to be a mayor also. And so we're by ourselves, guys. This is it. Like, the mayor's gone out. Other churches haven't stepped in. We are 100% by ourselves on this. Lawrence, he's turned. He's turned. He's wanting that press conference with Miguel and Esmeralda in front of there, the ribbon cutting. That's what it's going to look like. And so I finished up the conversation with him and said, hey, thank you. I want you to know everything's going on. Make sure you know that this is going to get tied up, that Venture Church is still in escrow. Escrow has never canceled. You guys are in the middle of interfering with this. And he says, he goes on to tell me, well, if God wanted you to have it, you'll have it. But if he closes it, it'll be something else for you. And that's his stance. His stance is this is not a winning political topic for him. And that 95% of the people don't really care. And you know what? The sad part of all that, he's right. That people have not jumped behind this. But as Pastor Anthony mentioned just now, be careful, because if it's us today, it's going to be you tomorrow. And they're already going after certain things. How do we get here? We talked last week about school boards. How do we get here? Nobody was standing up saying anything. And so, again, it's a huge land grab. City is flush with money, and they're trying to buy up this property. So that's my meeting with the mayor this morning.
So that's what they're saying. They say you guys just don't care. Well, I know four men in this room who do care. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep moving forward. And this Thursday, there's going to be a vote at the council meeting. I don't know. Is that open? Does anybody know if we can go? Yeah, I believe it's open. It should be an open session. So 100%, come on out. They're going to vote on this. They're going to vote to come see who votes yes on this. So we can get all the names. Is it going to be Maxwell and Esparza? I think Breadfield calls them the Gang of Four. Corbasi, where do you stand? Chavez, where do you stand? We're going to find out where everybody stands, and we'll be there. But Adventure Fam, I just wanted to just bring this to you today. It's a little bit different of our Not Offended podcast, but we're in a fight, y'all. Yeah, we're in a fight. I hope y'all brought your running shoes, and you better have thick skin in this one. But I want to say too, Adventure Fam, I just real quickly in Friends of Adventure, we're not going to be surprised at anything. I don't know what else is coming. It wouldn't surprise me if they try to kick us out entirely. It wouldn't surprise me. The retaliations that may come our way. None of this surprised me. Drummie Hansen was right about something, and that is when people got an agenda, they'll stop at nothing to get that agenda across. As we had found out that it was a gay man who wrote that email, right? But no apology to the church. Nobody in the news agencies wrote us to say, hey, sorry for running with that article. We got the truth now. Let us amend that article. No retracting. No retraction. No nothing. No city council members coming out saying, hey, I've been to that church before. I know that they're not like that. I have a personal relationship with the people who go to the church. Absolutely. Nothing. So I think it's real interesting. So we just want to, I just want to tell you guys that. Just listen, keep us in prayer. We're going to keep going, but don't be surprised at what people try to do to us or comes, or try to make things happen. So just be with us. We love you guys. We're praying for you. Here we go. Remember, that's Thursday. Yeah. What exactly is this council voting on, and what time? Okay, here we go. We got the exact. Did you get the? Exact? I have. So it's in the morning. So council agenda. They have a council agenda out. So I think the meeting starts at 10 o'clock, 9, 10 o'clock. But they could
be addressing other issues. So I'm not quite sure when this is going to come up. But here are a few things they're voting on to identify Lawrence and the Tower Theater and Sequoia. That means they're going to cover all his past, future attorney fees and litigation. They're going to vote to buy the building, get in the contract for $6.5 million. Okay. And they're also going to vote to give Sequoia Brewery their building and cover their loan for it.
They're going to finance it. They're going to be the bank. First city council bank of Fresno. That must be nice.
And so here's the thing. Here's what we're saying on our side through our attorneys. We're in contract, guys. We're in the middle of an escrow. And the city has, since January of 2021, been trying to interfere with our sale. And they're doing it now. And so we want to get that word out that, you know, they've wanted the building since the beginning.
That's it.
They really have. And it's finally coming out. It's finally coming out that the city has been trying to buy this from the beginning.
That's where we're at. Any other questions, Jake? Yeah.
Well, no, Pastor, people might be wondering, like, why do we want this building? Well, this past Sunday, we had over 1,600 people show up.
Inside the building?
Inside the building. I don't have the numbers. There's most people who received salvation this past week. Found members who never came to church, came for the first time. That right there in the heart of Tower, that we're making an impact for the God's kingdom. So if you're a Christian and wondering, why are you guys doing this? This is why. You might be afraid to do it. But maybe God didn't call you to do it, so that's fine. But we're making a huge impact that God is doing something. If you're a believer, you know that a man don't build the church. It's God is building the church. Over 1,600 people coming there, and God's doing something and moving. And yet you want to stand off and say, why are you doing this? Is why we're doing it. It's simple as that. Where else we're going to do it? Do you want us to run away, or should we make an impact where it's the greatest darkness? I'm just talking to the believers. Also, people who are in the darkness want to keep the darkness. But those that believe, we're bringing light into this community, and we're making an impact, making a change. A thrift store can't do that. It can't do it. It doesn't do it. God died for his church.
Yeah.
You can talk about what impact we're making. That's the impact that we're making. You can have your bar. I don't care. Light will win. Christ will win. You can have your weed. Who cares? Christ will win.
Right.
You can have everything you want. We just have the right to be there also. And so that's why I don't understand what the mayor doesn't understand about that. Why won't he fight for that? Who cares about, what does God say to do? Who cares about the 95%? Who would care for that 5%? Forget even them. Care what God says.
Yeah.
And that's all we want to do.
Well, I think you bring up an interesting point. We're not the only church to ever try to be in the Tower District. There was other churches that have tried.
Big churches.
Big churches. I think I know People's tried. People's Church, where you at? Help us out a little bit, would you?
Well,
I mean, you tried. I talked to Pastor Dale. Pastor Dale and I went out to lunch at Casa Coronas. I do love their chips and salsa. I'm just throwing that out there for anybody who cares. We went out to lunch. Matter of fact, I think they were renting out the painted table at the time. Who else came down here? I know there's been a few other churches, but I don't understand why. I mean, we should ask them, why did you come down to the Tower? We have been here. We never asked for this building. This building was given to us over here on the Palm Street location. We just grew to such a number. People want me to apologize for being successful. I ain't apologizing. God built his church. And so we didn't even ask to buy that building. He offered. He was broke. He had no money. We were throwing him a lifeline, he said. So, we just do it because we was being obedient to what God has asked us to do. That's it. And one day God's going to ask you to be obedient, and you're going to want people to support that. But remember, this whole narrative started from the jump, because everybody who's Adventure Fam know it ain't true that they've been trying to paint us with. So that's where we're at. That's what's going on. And you're right. We're going to do what God has asked us to do. Like I said, and either the door shuts or we win. And either way, God wins. And then we're okay with that. People say, why you still keep fighting? Because he didn't tell me to quit yet.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, paint your faces, boys. It's time to go to battle. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to keep fighting. Any other questions, Jake?
Somebody had mentioned that the city has a pretty bad track record with carrying loans.
Hold on, tell us in Granite Park, didn't they carry that loan the first time through on Granite Park?
They guaranteed the $5 million. So they backed the original people who bought the Granite Park $5 million. He defaulted. The city took that park back. They had an agreement with Terrence, and this is where it sits now. Yeah, they have a terrible track record. Well, not just that part, but running city properties. Look at all these city properties that go down because they run it.
Yeah.
And so understand this. I think we talked a little bit about this. If the city runs the Tower Theater, there's going to be a ton of shows that's not going to be able to come. Understand that, guys, because they're going to have to be union houses.
Union houses.
That means they're going to have to hire 12 to 15 employees to be there at a show night. They're going to have to go through different processes.
They can't afford that.
It's not going to be affordable for these concerts that you see at the Tower Theater to come. If it's private, we don't have to use those
Correct.
through those regulations. And so it's much cheaper. Somebody can come to the Tower Theater and rent it out for $2,000 or $3,000. It's going to cost $10,000 to $15,000 for you to rent the Tower Theater if it's unionized. Okay, so understand that. So people are here talking about, it's about we're keeping the cultural arts and all that stuff. All that goes away, guys. It's going to be super expensive. Did they not hear
our choir yesterday? Is that not cultural arts?
No, it's not. They don't consider that.
Okay, somebody want to help me out with.
There was nothing better in Fresno yesterday than our choir.
That choir was dope.
You go watch our YouTube. The well ain't got nothing. People ain't got nothing. Shoot, I told Jake Bethel ain't got nothing.
Oh,
he said it's too far.
Whoa.
But hey, I'm just saying, go watch it. I'm just saying it's like a 7 the whole time. I mean, I'm telling you.
I was getting down, boy. It was
good. I'm telling you, it was better than
Say
that.
What? I was good.
I tried to find elevation. I couldn't find it. I doubt we beat them, but it was better than Bethel.
Yeah. No, Bill, you brought up a very good point. I thank you for bringing that up, but that's exactly what's going to happen. And I think the memorial building still needs a ton of work, and I believe the city owns that. I think whoever asked that question is 100% right. And it's gonna leave the private sector, and it's gonna be a city ran property, and have to be done a certain way. And this is gonna be interesting to see. But hey, once again, fam, we're not stopping. Like, we're gonna keep going. We feel like we've got the lawyer who we need, who we have to have, and we're just gonna keep fighting. And we're the little church that could. You know, you always remember reading that book, The Little Engine That Could. Well, that's us. We just gonna keep going. We're gonna put our head down. And you know what, Deshaun, you said something. We're still going to be the church. We're still going to bless the partnering ministries that we bless here. We're still going to help people. We're still going to be doing weddings and funerals. We're still going to be doing what the church does. And we're going to be offering hope every Sunday morning. And this first Wednesday coming up in May, we even brought in Brian Trejo of Kingdom Music. And we did that because nobody reaches people in gangs better than Brian Trejo. Jerry Dyer wants to talk about the gang epidemic. Well, we're doing something about it too. We're tackling the spiritual side of it. And that is, instead of dope, there's hope. And we're bringing in one of the greatest hope dealers there is in Kingdom Music. And we're going to watch people put down their colors, put down their weapons, put down their drugs. We're going to watch people go from darkness into light. We're going to watch people go from dead to life. And this is what's going to be made. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're still helping parents whose kids are in trouble and crises. We're still helping marriages that are on the rocks. We are still doing what Jesus asked us to do as priests of the church. That's what we're doing. And you're 100% right. And so the question has to be, well, why not there? Who's to say why not there? You could have everything else, then why not a church? That sounds like a perfect place to put a church to me. Yes, sir.
Somebody asked, our good old friend Vince asked, how exactly is the city able to make a legal offer and a purchase that's already contracted?
Well, here's our
question again.
Yeah, I got it. How is the city able to put in an offer when we have a legal binding contract? Let me just say this. That's for the lawyers to decide. We've been advised by our lawyers certain things we can't talk about, and we're not going to touch that. But that's for our lawyers to advise. That's for our lawyers to hash out. But I'll tell you this much: we're just going to move forward. We're gonna figure all this out. We're gonna find out what's going on. But thank you for that question. Anything else, Jake? Well, hey guys, this has been a little bit longer of a Not Offended podcast. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get ready for Sunday. Yeah. Sunday is coming. That's why I tell myself every Monday, Sunday is coming. I need you guys to do me a favor, fam. I need you to like, comment, and I need you to share this post with everybody you possibly can. We need to get the word out. We need to let everybody know what's really going on. That vote is on Thursday. Maybe by that time we'll have the official time it starts, but do do be aware that just because it starts at that time doesn't mean it's going to be discussing all about the Tower Theater. There's other business to discuss. If you're not doing that on Thursday, come on out. I'm going to be there, just in the background, just watching what's going on, taking notes, finding out who votes for this or not. But I will say this much. I believe in all things, God gets the glory. So we're just going to stay faithful with what he asks us to stay faithful with. And we got to trust the process and what's going to take place. But know this, we are praying, we are fasting, we are doing everything in our possible power to do so. We are doing it. And we're going to continue to be the church. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for this live edition of the Not Offended podcast. Hey, keep us lifted, y'all. If we don't see you Thursday, we'll see you on Sunday. God bless you. Enjoy your day. Like, share, and comment. Peace, route.